I'm trying my best to not become Angry Rant Man 2.0. Because, like, what was that? Like, what was that? Ah, come on. No, man, no. Mudrik, Jackson. Nicholas Jackson, though. Like, Nicholas Jackson, he goes from being good enough. He wows us in moments like, yes, wow. But then, he's also terrible. He's also terrible. You know, like when I'm in my good feels and I say Nicholas Jackson is in his third year of professional football, just his third year, I say it with respect when he's doing well. But now, like when he does what he did yesterday, he's unable to convert any chance. Sterling is making the right decision in looking for him in every single attack. But Jackson wants to take a first touch. He can't be clinical enough to just hit it first time. Yo, you're a striker, bro. You're like 5 yards, 6 yards from the goal. Jackson. Yeah, no, definitely red box Jackson. If there was like a dark red, I would put like a dark red shade. Anyway, we move because Nicholas Jackson has finally given Poch the go ahead to get a striker, a lethal striker, and he's given us Chelsea Football Club fans enough doubt, enough worry to say this cannot be the main man for next season. Because how discouraged is Raheem Sterling based on how much input he had, and the final pass was perfect, not finished. Mikhailo Mudryk, not as bad as the other games, to be honest. He wasn't at his worst, but still Mikhailo Mudryk was dismal in the first 15 minutes. Through balls that are simple, not ones that need De Bruyne ability or Fabregas ability. Men are failing to just pass the ball to one another. I'd like to focus a bit on Man United for a second, because I know I rarely do that. I rarely speak of the opposition, but they deserve my 2 cents, because Scott McTominay, of course, got the brace, and he was asked what was different, about what changed. He says it was a bit more low tempo, a bit less intense in training, so as to increase intensity in the actual match. Manchester United had high energy yesterday. Energy that I have not seen in years, to be honest. Years going back until maybe under Van Gaal. Yeah, that was amazing energy from United. High tempo and then solid tempo, I could call it. Tempo that was good enough to beat any side. But the way they started the game was amazing. Robert Sanchez saves the penalty from Bruno Fernandes. It's a good save. I was a bit quiet. I couldn't have emotion because we were not doing anything in the game. What is slightly convincing, if we are to take any positives from this game, is that every time we do attack, we manage to get it into the feet of the player that has a great chance in front of the goal, which means the attacking play and the way we build is very positive, very good, and it works. It definitely works. But I don't want to go back to Nicholas Jackson. It just frustrated me immensely. It's crazy. Oh, my goodness. I think in terms of boxes, Poch did well in this game. I think the lineup was perfect, except the mistake of not starting Reece James. I think you can't bring Reece James off the bench. He's not a bench player. If you're going to give him minutes, I believe Reece should start the game and come off at half-time. Rather, yes, maybe Garnacho is in form, you feel paranoid that he might dribble past Reece James, but Reece James is better when he starts the game and warms up into the game. He couldn't get warm when he came on. Reece James was dismal. I can't believe I'm saying that. Like, he couldn't execute a good pass. He was trying through balls that don't make sense. One good cross to Armando Broja, great chance. Well, Broja made it a great chance by hitting the post, but it was a good cross regardless. That's the only input that we saw from James. He made 2 mistakes passing the ball backwards. He literally headed the ball into dangerous positions. Like, what a season. This is the worst season I've ever watched. It's the worst season, and I'm so honored that I'm sharing it with all of you, and I'm grateful for your presence, and we're together in this pain, in this suffering. Except for the rival fans that are laughing at us, but wow, third box. We're gonna give Cole Palmer that blue box for being a positive number 10, for always being positive thinking, for being composed even in difficult situations. I appreciate Cole Palmer's body language now. I think I understand how he is in terms of his body language even off the ball. He started to look very frustrated towards the end of the game after the 65th minute, but he wasn't going to react or shout at a teammate. It was almost to say, I'm going to express my quality and try and do the best for the team, guys. Please do the same. And his demeanor, I think, is going to rub off in the team so well over the next few years for as long as we have Palmer in the squad. And of course, very amazing goal, I believe, for a player of that age to have the awareness, which was said several times by the commentary yesterday. But it was amazing awareness to know where Onana was, to know what Maguire would do in a way to pass it into the net. It was quite immense. Great goal. Of course, not going to overpraise such a dismal performance because we were outplayed. Caicedo played well, but there was no point of him playing well, and that's the only way I can put it. He couldn't help us. He couldn't help the team because the team was playing against a team with they were spreading the play. Man United were spreading the pitch was big for them, and they made sure of that. Diogo Dalot was direct. Garnacho was direct. If a more clinical Garnacho yesterday, we might have been talking about a 5-1 here. But yeah, it remains a tight scoreline. Man United go 12 games unbeaten against us, 5 wins and 7 draws in those fixtures since 2017. The last time we beat them, Azpilicueta assisted Morata. Fourth box, we're going to give Thiago Silva, the great Thiago Silva. Because without Thiago Silva, we all know.
Wait for it. Here it comes. Almost there.